Hi guys! In this video, I'm going to show you how I made these Day of the Dead cookies completely from scratch. The batter, the icing, everything. So if you're interested in learning how to make these cookies from scratch, stick along. I have the recipe linked down in the description. So the first thing you're going to need to do is melt a little bit of chocolate. I just put them in a bowl, popped it in the microwave for a few seconds, and we'll be adding this to our cookie batter later, but we want it to be cooled. So I thought this is the first thing to do. Melt that chocolate. So we're going to start with flour, a little bit of salt, some cinnamon, and this is some chipotle powder. Then some baking powder, and we're going to mix all the dry ingredients together. We've got some butter, and I have some vegetable shortening. And then I'm just mixing those ingredients together with a fork. And we're going to add sugar to this mix, mixing that all up. And I kept mixing it so that it was pretty light and airy and kind of like a whipped consistency. Then we added some vanilla. I'm going to add an egg, cracking it in a bowl, then adding it to our mixture. Now we add the melted chocolate. By this time it has had time to cool. So we're supposed to mix this until it's uniform in color. You know what? This looks a lot like chocolate mousse. I bet you this is chocolate mousse. Then we're going to add flour to the mixture. Keep adding some a little bits at a time. It's starting to become, then we put it up into a ball. We're going to put it on some plastic wrap. And then I had a second ball. And of course we have to try some chocolate. Now I'm preparing my cookie sheets. That was with parchment paper. And what I remember is this dough was quite sticky. I mean, right now it is like straight out of the fridge, so it's cool. But you need to use a lot of flour to make it not stick. And here are the cookie cutters. I actually couldn't find skull cookie cutters, so I think I ended up these are like birthday cake shapes that I bent into the shape of a skull. But if you're having difficulty finding the skull cookie cutter shapes, I'm sure it's easy to just order them online. And I'm just carefully peeling away the outside and transferring these cookies onto the baking sheet. And yeah, so it's lined with parchment paper. We put it in the oven, and here they are finished. And now we're moving on to the filler icing. So this is powdered sugar. That was a little cream of tartar. We're mixing together those two ingredients in the bowl. Then you're going to need some egg whites. So you can put the yolks to the side and collect the egg whites, and the next you're going to want to squeeze a lemon and get some lemon juice and add that to the egg whites. And then you're adding that to the powdered sugar. And then mixing that all really well. And I have a few colors for my background, so I'm actually separating them into 3 bowls. This one is going to be pink. And here I've added a little bit of gel food coloring. And I'm just adding a little bit at a time so I can control the color. And the recipe recommended using gel food coloring because liquid food coloring can change the consistency of the icing and make it more drippy than you would actually like. So gel food coloring kind of keeps the consistency. I'm trying to make kind of a, quite dark blue. And then now I'm transferring them to the piping, the icing piping bags. And then I just use the hair tie to close them up, but if you have rubber bands, that works. I'm setting up the pink as well. And then the last one is we're just going with a regular white color. Now I am doing an outline for the cookie. And I did this in each color where I did an outline and then let the icing sort of set for a bit of time. And then I came back in and I did the filling in the center. I originally just started filling in the whole cookie, and then I noticed that it started to drip over the side. So yes, the filler icing is more liquid, and you definitely, you kind of want to have something to stop it from dripping over the side. So you have to play around a bit with the consistency. So now we're on to day 3 actually. And this is the decorative icing. Yeah, we've got the egg whites, we've got the lemon juice, the powdered sugar, adding the egg whites to the powdered sugar, mixing that up. And this is a slightly different consistency. This is a thicker consistency than the filler icing. And I wanted to do a lot of colors. So I have, all these bowls that I'm going to mix my different colors in. I'm just separating them. And this one is a green. It's kind of a pastel green. Now we're mixing in some yellow. Oh yes, I wanted it to be a quite bright, strong yellow. Then I believe this is pink. And then now here, this one is red. I had to mix quite a bit more. Yes, and it ended up being a nice orangey red. I like it. And then last we have blue. Blue, and we also have, after blue, I also did white. So those are my colors. And again, putting them into the icing piping bags, attaching it, and there we go. I did it with red, pink, yellow, green, and the white. So all ready to decorate. Yay, finally decorating. So I went online and I looked on Pinterest for inspiration for the Day of the Dead cookies. And I had several images that I was looking at. And then I just kind of improvised. And here I'm drawing the teeth. I made these little yellow flower petals around the eyes. This is so much fun to do. And then I liked, adding little dots, little swirls on the side. And, now I am doing flowers for the eyes. And we did the teeth. I did the teeth pretty much like that style. Here I'm starting to do, I made this beautiful flower petal from the top. It's so much fun to draw with icing. Just doing this project gave me more ideas. There's an infinite amount of ways that you can decorate these cookies. And I love how this one turned out. I love that color. And here I have little yellow dots in the center and then little pink flower petals for the eyes. Little blue nose. Now we're going for yellow teeth. And now some green pastel. And then these red side pieces. Of course, the dots. The dots really like finish them. And then I liked doing this, the full circle. Full circle for the eyes. And another flower. Some like decorative elements on the side. I really like doing this. I started to make circles for the eyes and then kind of had the flower petals around them. Yes, I love the aesthetic of this one. Here I'm doing it again. So you see like I'm adding little tiny flower petals to the outside of that circle. And here I think I'm getting kind of like looser with the icing, less like perfectionist and sort of like well, there's like different styles, like more perfect and then more looser. Here I'm doing the yellow petals around the eyes again. I ooh, yes, I like how that one turned out. Oh, and then I started doing these kind of like radiating star eyes, which I think kind of look a bit like a clown aesthetic. Some more petal eyes. Yeah, it's so much fun. It's so much fun because just with, the different backgrounds, yes, there's so many different variations and combinations. And here is a picture. This is how they turned out. I had so much fun doing this. It was really a lot of fun. So I recommend if you guys want to do something for this Day of the Dead, you could have some friends come over. Okay, thank you guys so much for watching. So if you'd like to subscribe to my channel, please click the link to subscribe. If you'd like to watch some other videos, click those. There's also some recommended videos from YouTube. Thank you guys so much for watching. And, like, subscribe, share, comment. If you have any specific questions, leave them down below.